Hi, everybody!
So I tried out the Digimon Story Time Stranger demo earlier today. I was going to initially compare the performance of the base PS5 versus my PC, but I decided against it because the demo is so short, and looking at the base requirements, the PS5 is so much better than that, and so is my PC. I really didn't see much point. But I still want to review this demo and put forth the question, should you play it ahead of Time Stranger's launch in just a little over 2 weeks? Right off the bat, I have to tell you the demo is incredibly short. It's not like the one Bandai Namco had on offer for content creators during PAX West the other week. You literally get what amounts to the prologue, and that's it. I'm not saying that's bad per se, just that it's enough time to be drip-fed some of the mechanics and get a very basic understanding for what the plot is. Which is fine, but it doesn't really let you play around with Digivolution at all, despite it actively encouraging you to do so after that mechanic is drip-fed to you, because higher level Digimon are locked behind story progression. You need to be at minimum Agent level 3 to access champion level monsters. So you really only get a chance to mess around with some in-training and rookie level monsters. Sure, there is a lot of diversity within that pool, but it just doesn't give the player all that much incentive to grind within the demo, since you'll have better opportunities to in the full game. So I will admit, I am a little bit disappointed we aren't going to get the chance to play around with some better Digimon. I almost feel like we were shortchanged with this demo, because the gameplay is clearly the next logical evolution for the Digimon story games to go down. Since Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, the previous two entries in this subseries were at the end of the day very basic bare-bones JRPGs that were incredibly easy and merely just had a serviceable storyline. And I would say Time Stranger has addressed both issues to varying degrees of success. The story actually does have me really interested and invested already, whereas the plot for the Cyber Sleuth games just felt like such a nothing burger to me that I really didn't care. The game also now allows you to select difficulty options, and there was only one instance where I had to drop the difficulty down from hard to normal, and that was a case where I got ambushed after taking down another Digimon, because the one that ambushed me spawned in where it shouldn't have been, as it was, at the other side of the room when the first battle started. But other than that instance and a few random frame drops, which I couldn't explain to you why they happened, the game feels remarkably well polished. Though when our player character is given a few multiple choice things to say, I do wish they at least spoke some of the lines, or actually said what they're miming, as that was one area where I'd say Bandai really didn't bother stretching the budget. While not a terrible thing, it did take me out of the experience just enough to notice it. But what did I think of the prologue for the game as a whole? I honestly liked it a lot, as the first handful of environments you find yourself in are super atmospheric and really set the tone for what to expect. The battling also retains the core of what makes these story games such good examples of JRPGs. Like I said previously though, the game really isn't all that hard, even on the hard difficulty. I did choose Demi Devamon as my starter when given the option. As much as I love Patamon and Gomamon as Digimon, I just felt Demi Devamon matched the character far better than those two did. I also came to the realization, at least for the prologue, Demi Devamon is the suboptimal choice, because there were a lot of fellow virus Digimon around, so you would do neutral damage to them, and a good deal of vaccine types too, meaning you're at a massive disadvantage when fighting those. Meaning you'd have an easier time if you opted for either the data option in Patamon or the vaccine option in Gomamon. I also didn't find the biggest boss you fight towards the end of the demo in Kuwagamon all that scary to fight, despite being your introduction to cross arts. The battle is easy, just a little bit tanky. If I'd chosen Gomamon, that would have made the fight even easier. Or if I had bothered to grind and gain a mostly vaccine-based team. Overall, the Digimon Story Time Stranger demo is worth your time, because the gameplay is satisfying, and if you have literally nothing else to do for the next few days, it really would be an enjoyable way to spend a couple of hours. Now, if you wanted a weightier demo, then hands down just spend your time with Trails in the Sky, First Chapter Remake. The save data from that demo will also carry over to the final game for that. But this demo confirmed that I am indeed mega excited for Time Stranger, and I can't wait to rip into that when it launches in October. If you want more of my Digimon content, then click one of the videos appearing on screen now. And until next time, keep blazing that trail.